To enable typography, what you have to do is you have to press T or come here in the toolbar and select text tool. And when I press T on the keyboard, a cursor will appear where I can then start typing. Let me zoom to 100% and let's typing hello world. Alternatively, when I press T on the artboard, I can click and drag to enter a larger text area. This is for long text. You can press escape to get out of the text area or shift enter. Now let's zoom in a little. Now let's explore settings for typography in the properties bar. Under typography, the first thing that you see is the typeface. I can click here and then I can choose the typeface I want. Or if I know the name of the typeface, I can simply type it here. Below the typeface, I can select the font type. I can choose bold, condensed, condensed medium, or medium. Whatever font for the typeface you have installed here will be available to you. And the same for typefaces. Next to the font type, you have the size of the font. Currently it is 12 pixels. Let's make it 16 pixels. You can also increase and decrease the size of the font by using a standard arrow mechanism. Below the font size, you have letter spacing. Letter spacing adds gap in the characters. Let's make it 100%. The gap is now increased between each character. Before we see the effect of line height, let's just go over the alignment. Press Ctrl Z to bring our text to the previous state. And now I'm going to click and drag the text area so that we can see next properties. We have alignment. In alignment, you have left, middle, and right. And then you can increase the height of the text area as well. And you can align your text anywhere in the middle, at the bottom. Before we move on to advanced properties, let's try line height with the paragraph. There's the paragraph we have. And I'm going to just copy paste this text. Ctrl V to add second paragraph. My text now is overlapping my box. To bring it to the height of my text, I can simply drag it as much as I want. What line height does, it increases the gap between each line of the text. Let's select our text and increase line height or decrease line height. You can see the lines have mushed together. Well, let's make it 100%. They're much more closer. Let's make it 80%. You can see the lines are now much more closer. My text box is also now bigger than my text. To align it, either I can drag it or just simply double click on it and it will adjust according to my text. Let's move over to advanced options. You can access advanced options from type settings. Next to your alignment settings, you have basic, details, and variable. In the basic settings, you have standard alignment, decorations, underline, strike through, and underline details. When you click underline details, and then you can control more details of the underline. Thickness, offset, skipping, color. Below decorations, you have case. Let's just remove the decoration before we see the effects of case. In the case, you have uppercase, lowercase, title case, and small caps. Since this font doesn't support small caps, it won't be available to it. After case, we have vertical trim. To see vertical trim in effect, let's click on Hello World. I'm going to double click on the edges to shrink them to the text. In the text, I am going to apply vertical trim. You will see the effect of what's going to happen to my text box. My text box has shrunk to the baseline and the cap line of my typeface. Let's undo that to see the effect again. After that, we have list style. To see the list style, let's select our paragraph and apply the list effect. You have bullet points and then you have number list. Below that, you can control list spacing by number of pixels. Now let's remove list style to see the paragraph spacing. Paragraph spacing controls the spacing between two paragraphs. Let's make it 100 or 500 maybe. You can see it has gone all the way down. So 500 was excessive. Let's make it 100. The gap between two paragraphs has increased. Let's bring it to 0 to default. After that, you have truncation. So what this does is, in my text, if I decrease the size of my box and I do truncation Any text that's longer than my text area, it will be truncated with 3 dots at the end. And then you can also control how many lines of truncation you want. In this case, it's 1. Let me make it 5. The 5 lines are truncated. Now let's go over detail settings. Detail settings are additional details that you can control for your typography. First is the indentation. If you want to apply indentation, that means moving your from the starting point towards right. You can enable or disable indentation. Once you enable indentation, just make sure you give certain pixel number. You can see my text has moved 20 pixels towards the right. You can also apply indentation to lists as well. In case you have a list, it will give 20 pixel indentation. Furthermore, you have again repetition of letter cases. Then you have numbers. In case you have subscripts or superscripts, let's try it out. I'm going to type 22 here. I'm going to select 22 and then make it into subscript. And also I can make it superscript as well.